Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry icy's on the mic, energy, it's good delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse that's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. The CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight. Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Tronopole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of, I'm telling you, the best deal on the banks. Now, I know we have a bye week next week, and I think maybe all of us might be happy with that. We don't have to watch this team for a week, but we do have another home game coming up. And if you're looking to party and have a good time, come on down to the Mercedes-Benz of Fort Mitchell at Moreland Lager House, the pregame experience. It's 3 hours for every single Bengals home game. I'm telling you, it's the best deal on the banks. Open bar, open food buffet, all you can eat, all you can drink for $75. You cannot beat it. We got a DJ. I'll be there doing a pregame podcast with some special guests. So, again, it's the Mercedes-Benz of Fort Mitchell at Moreland Lager House, the pregame experience. Check it out at Moreland Lager House social media platforms and online. You can get your tickets there. What is going on to everybody in the chat? Who we got in there first? I think Stranger's in there first, wasn't he? Let's see here. Scroll up here. Stranger's in there. Brad's in there. Robert's in there. Andrew's in there. Joey Carr's in there. Rocket Bengal. I completely agree with you, Rocket Bengal. This sucks. And Andrew, I hope you feel better because you say you've been throwing up since midnight, so that's not good. I hope you feel better, brother. All right, guys, that game was not good, but let's get to the news of the day, I guess, before I really get into the topic of discussion. Of course, the the Bengals lost 27-34 last night. Even worse news, the Bengals, DJ Turner might have fractured his scapular, if I can say it right. He might be out for the season, so we finally got a cornerback who was making plays, playing good, and he hurt himself. Reds news. They have signed Nick Martinez to a one-year he's accepted a one-year qualifying deal worth $21.5 million. And they are supposed to be negotiating hopefully a multi-year deal with him. And the university, number 17 rank, well, actually, they might be higher than that right now. I haven't seen the polls, but last I knew, number 17th rank University of Cincinnati playing NKU tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So at least if you're Bearcat fans, we got Bearcat basketball to talk about. Last night, all right. So Cap's not here yet. Corey's not here. I don't know if either one of them are showing up. To be honest, last night was extremely frustrating. First drive, go down, can't score. I mean, we can't score a touchdown. We get a field goal. All right. Then our defense comes out there and looks absolutely freaking horrible. Horrible. Couldn't stop anybody. Then something happened in the second half. I don't know if Zach told him if you don't start doing something, you're all getting cut, or whatever he did in the second half worked to a certain extent. Defense played really well. They scored one touchdown in the second half. Bengals came back and almost had the biggest comeback in Bengals history. The defense, our offense stalls, or not stalls, offense goes down and ties it up. The defense not only makes one, but two stops. Bengals go down. Shooter, Money Mac, our big-time kicker, the man who kicked us into the Super Bowl, can't make a 48, 49-yard field goal, which is a chip shot for him. It should be. I mean, we've seen him make it over and over and over again. Can't make it. And then the defense crumbles because you knew they couldn't hold that the whole game. They just couldn't. So, what needs to happen? Lots of stuff. We need changes. I don't know if that, I mean, definitely players for sure, because the guys we have out there are not getting done. Geno Stone, you have been a major, major disappointment. Von Bell, you've been a major disappointment. I love Cam Taylor-Britt. He got benched last night because he's not playing good. There is something wrong on this team. I mean, the players that they've, like I've said before, Sean Rankins really hasn't done anything. They got the free agency, free agent guys they brought in this year have done zero. They have not helped the team whatsoever. They've made it worse. That goes down, I think, to Duke Tobin and talent evaluation, however you want to look at it. Miles Murphy, our number one draft pick last year, still isn't what a first-round draft pick defensive lineman should be. He should be a guy who's out there making sacks, putting pressure on him. Lou's still not playing him as much. I mean, he's still giving Sam as many snaps, or at least even amount of snaps. To me, I love Sam Hubbard. Sam Hubbard's not doing anything. I mean, there's literally one play where there was three guys blocking Trey Hendrickson. Three. You had the guard, tackle, and the running back. Three guys blocking Trey Hendrickson, and we still couldn't get anybody to the quarterback. It's mind-numbingly frustrating. You have Jackpot Joey, Jamar Chase, and Trey Hendrickson, who are having their best seasons of their entire lives, and we are completely wasting it. And I'm always the guy, positive guy, but we're 4-7. You can't be positive. There's major issues with this team. I kept saying, maybe they'll get a side. The thing drives me nuts. I'm like, I kept talking about this all last week. Just defense, just get one stop, and we're going to win half these games. Well, they got two stops, and we still freaking lost. It's just mind-numbingly frustrating. Like, the defense did what I asked. I asked them to make one stop. They did it, but they made two stops. And then Evan McPherson can't make a field goal to take the lead. Now, who knows if the defense holds up? If you kick two of them, there's a good chance we're going to win. Mike Hilton had a great game. Make the interception. Catch the ball. You catch that interception, the game is over. But despite all that, the offensive line looked horrible. And I know our guards look bad, but to me, our guards look bad because Orlando Brown isn't in there. Because when Orlando Brown is in there, the offensive line looks better. I don't know why. It just does. It has. It looked awful. I mean, Joe got hit, 14, 17 times. Something like that. It was unbelievable how many times the man got hit and how many times the man got up and kept going after them. Jamar Chase, I think, played every snap except for like the last one or something like that. If I remember, we had 2 timeouts. we'll go down there and we're trying to score. And Jamar Chase is exhausted. And we have 2 timeouts. And I love Zach Taylor, but why in the hell did you not call one of those timeouts then? You had 2 of them. Call a timeout. Take a deep breath. Get Jamar back on the field. Figure out what play you're going to call. You have 2 timeouts. Use one of them. He didn't. Jamar's on the sideline. We're hurry up and we're stopping the ball. And we throw a little screen dump pass or whatever to Chase Brown, and he doesn't catch it. It's stuff like that is just mind-numbingly irritating. I mean, I don't have answers. I mean, I know people are going to say, "Oh, we got to fire Tobin. We got to fire Zach Taylor. We got to fire Lou and Aruma. We got to fire the offensive line." I mean, somebody's got to get fired. I agree with that. Somebody has got to get fired. Something's got to change. Something has to change, because what they've done the last 2 years is scaring me, because it's looking a lot like the first couple years of Marvin Lewis. And I don't want that again. First couple years of Marvin Lewis, we were great. Went to the playoffs. I mean, if Carson doesn't get hurt, yada yada yada, who knows? That was the best year. And I mean, now Zach has accomplished more than Marvin. He's got 5 playoffs wins. Marvin never had any. But we kept having the same problem. We couldn't keep players. We replaced them with lesser players. And that's what we're doing right now. We're not, and they weren't drafting well. We did. I still think we drafted good this year, but we didn't draft well the 2 years prior to that. Like, I want to go back to Cam Taylor-Britt, and like I said, I love the kid. I know his family; they're awesome people, but I really want to know what's going on, because he went from, I thought last year, if he didn't get hurt, he would have been an all-pro. And the way he was playing the first 2 games, I'm like, all right, cool. He's our number 1 cornerback. He makes that great interception in Kansas City. And he looks lost. Like, he doesn't know what to do. And that's the whole secondary. And I know I kept saying we're not getting enough pressure on the quarterback, which is true. That would make the secondary's job a lot easier. But these guys are running wide open. And we can't tackle for crap. I mean, it was so bad Cam actually got bent. The only reason Cam went back out there is because DJ Turner got hurt. We have, in my opinion, the best quarterback in football. We have, in my opinion, the best wide receiver in football. And they're both on our team. We have not got this roster up to the quality of play that those two are at. If they're going out to clubs, if they're going out to eat, if they're hanging out, whatever the hell they're doing, if you're on this Bengals team and you're 4-7, you need to be doing what Joe and Jamar are doing. Joe and Jamar are not going out. They're not doing any stuff like that. They're not going anywhere. Stay your ass at home and get ready for football. Because these guys that are not playing good enough, I'm not saying I don't know what they're doing. I'm just throwing it out there. If they're going to clubs and stuff, I don't know what they're doing. Whatever they're doing, they need to do what Jamar and Joe are doing. And I don't think Jamar and Joe are, I know Joe doesn't go anywhere. So Joe might go out to eat or something like that. That's about it. They need to do what their leaders of their football team are doing. Trey Henderson, I don't think he's going out and partying. I don't know if these guys are or not, but there's something going on that these guys have went backwards. And, and you could say it's coaching, all this, it's coaching falls under that too. They got to start coaching better. Something's got to change. And something needs to change now. If that's firing Lou Anarumo, that's firing Marion Hobby, who both I've met the guys. I love them. I am not calling for your jobs. I'm just saying something's got to change. We have a Super Bowl caliber team. And I still don't want to hear this, that the Bengals Super Bowl window is closed, because everybody was saying that about the Buffalo Bills last year, and look where the Bills are at. So if you have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase on your team, your Super Bowl window is always open. You just got to have at least, I don't even say you have to have high-level players, just capable players on your team. And right now, we don't have capable complementary players. And they keep doing the same stupid stuff over and over and over and over again. And like Ed McPherson, he's been kicking field goals his whole life. He didn't all of a sudden forget how to do it. What's going on? The only difference is the holder. I mean, the snaps and the hold look fine. I mean, I heard somebody on Tony Pike's show today say, "Oh, we need a new long snapper. We need a new holder." No, the snap and the hold is fine. He shanked him. He missed him. There's something mentally, I don't know. I'm not a football coach. There's something wrong with this team. And it might go back to the whole Jamar Chase thing. Now, I gave the Bengals credit that they were the first one. And Jamar said this. They were the first one to reach out to Jamar about extending him, which that's a good thing. But if you are reaching out first to extend him, you have got to understand the market. It's guaranteed money. It's going to be up here. And if you don't sign him before the season and he goes out and balls out like he is now, or could win the Triple Crown, it's going to cost you even more money. So this offseason, the Bengals, when Jamar comes to them and say, "Hey, this is my number," they should just go, "Okay." And whatever you got to set, because you should have got it done in the offseason this past year. And to me, that set a bad tone from the get-go, because the whole training camp, once we all figured out Joe is healthy, the two stories is Joe healthy, and what about Jamar? Where's Jamar? Why isn't Jamar at practice? Why isn't Jamar there? Where's Jamar at? What's Jamar doing? Why is he mad? Is he what's he? And everybody kept asking all the players. It wasn't on football, and you have somebody distracting you like that. That starts to get into the locker room. Like, look, they ain't gonna pay Jamar. Well, what makes you think they're gonna pay me? I mean, that's just human nature. That's just what I mean. That's it. That's just where your mind would go normally. If they're not gonna pay that guy, and he's that good, then what about me? And we're gonna step into here, because I know I've said Zach has got the right guys in the building for years, and the culture in the clubhouse is great, which I still think the culture in the clubhouse is good, but you cannot go through games like this over and over and over and over and over again, and nothing changes without somebody getting pissed. I mean, did you see Pratt? Pratt was yelling. I think it was yelling at Cam Taylor-Britt on the sideline yesterday. These guys are. You think we're frustrated? Look at Joe. Brandon Sejo has a video out there, and I retweeted it, of Joe just taking his helmet off and just walking off the field. I mean, and Jamar's out there like, well, I don't call the plays. You got to talk to Zach. I mean, Joe and Jamar can't do anymore. They're doing the absolute best they have ever done in their entire freaking lives. And they're still losing. You know how frustrating that would be? You know how historic these guys are playing, the numbers they're putting up? And you're 4-7. That's got to mentally eat at you. I mean, people are like, "Oh, I think he's done with Zach." They're done with losing. They're done with whatever is going on with this team, whatever that is. I mean, I don't know. I do know this. I do know the personnel that Duke Tobin put out there was the wrong ones. I mean, the thing that kills me is like, all right, we let Jesse Bates go because I thought the thought process, we were going to sign T. Higgins. But we're not. T's going to leave. Well, then we took Jesse Bates' money and we signed Orlando Brown. All right, cool. So if we're not going to sign T. Higgins and we didn't sign Jesse Bates, but we took the money from Jesse Bates and signed Orlando Brown, why the hell didn't we just sign Jesse Bates and keep him? And then if you're going to let T go. Or why don't you sign T? I mean, you keep letting these players go and you keep replacing them with nothing. I mean, we had Nick Scott last year, who sucked. We got Geno Stone this year, who sucks. We brought back Von Bell this year, who sucks. You got to do a better job of talent evaluation. Right now, you need to evaluate your talent. Figure out what you have. Look, Geno Stone, Bell, you guys are on the bench. I'm starting Tyson Anderson, or at least playing them. Tyson Anderson and Jordan Battle. Find out, what do you have? Can those guys be quality safeties that you could use next year? Miles Murphy. Sam, I love you, but you're not starting. Miles Murphy, you're going to start. We got to find out. Can you be the pass rusher we've drafted you to be? You got to find that out. Because if you don't find out now, then you're going to be in the same situation you are in the offseason. Because, well, we got this guy. They might be good, but we're not really sure. You got to find out. Anyway, it looks like I'm going to be doing this show by myself because I don't think Cap's coming. But, Chap said, what's up, fellas? And there's just me here. All right, let me try to get to some of these. You guys are crushing the comments here. Let's see here. Who we got here first? Let me try to scroll up. Tony, oh, by the way, Tony Bleach. It was awesome meeting you last night. We had a great time out of Trillions. Tony was there. Harrison was there. Jerome was there. We had so much fun, even though they lost. That place, I hope to do that again sometime, because what we did is I had it set up like I do the podcast, and me and Harrison were pretty much open mic commentating during the show, and then in between commercials, or during the commercial, playing music. And I had so much fun. All right, let's see here. Chain guy, yeah. It's Armadillo, exactly. Tony Blaze, you're depressed. Kyle, do we only have to win out? Sure, if we win out, yeah. But me, Mr. Optimism, I don't even know if we can even do that right now. I mean, it is. The last 2 weeks have just been awful. It's just the way we lose. We find ways to lose games instead of finding ways to win them. That's the biggest thing. We should not be 4-7. There's plenty of games there. They should have found a way to win it. They were there. They're 1-6, I think I heard, in one score games. All right, Josh here. What do you got? If I had butts and were candy and nuts every day, it would be Christmas. Development of the youth. Yeah, we should do. Yeah, I think we need that. Let's see here. War Room. Duke needs to go. It's not just a Lou thing. I can't disagree with that, but I mean, we're talking about the Bengals here, and Mike Brown doesn't fire people. So I don't disagree that there has to be some kind of change. Either Duke needs to change, Lou, Zach, somebody. And I'm not calling for Zach. I still am a Zach guy. I don't think this falls all on Zach. I think this falls more on Duke, is what I think. That's where I'm at. Let's see, M. Ownership is going to be why we never win. Look at all the other contenders. It's not a coincidence. Pay your guys and make in-season trades. And that's the other thing. The trade deadline. Now, I know it's a new thing. Yes, and they traded for a running back who didn't even get on the field. I mean, there might be a reason the Bears weren't playing him. We needed a pass rusher. Go pick up somebody. There could have been somebody that could have got the help. That wouldn't have cost you a ton. You gave a 6th-round pick for a running back that we're not even playing. Give him a 6th-round pick for a pass rusher. It would have helped. Let's see here. Greg. Jamar's going to walk out of here while it's going to happen. Well, for Jamar to walk out of here, it's not anytime soon. I mean, even if he doesn't sign, they don't sign him, they can tag him, which should not be good. But Jamar isn't leaving anytime soon. And I don't think it's as easy for Jamar to leave because of Joe Burrow. You got to take that into consideration, the connection they have. If he can get his money, he'll stay. You know, the connection they have is second to none, and it's the best wide receiver quarterback combo in football. You believe? I hope so. I like to believe. I don't know. Yeah, Holmes, they're not gelling. No, they're not. They're not something. There's something up with this team. There's something there that wasn't there before. I don't know. Caleb, what'd you miss? You just missed me going on a rant. 200%. Let's see here, Brad. I still think that Chase hold out affect our locker room. Yeah, no, that's kind of where I was at, Brad. That's kind of where I'm saying. I don't. It didn't help. I'll tell you that. I mean, the whole thing didn't help. Dustin. Ice. I'm surprised he's able to stay healthy. I think you're talking about Joe. He's taken so many hits these past 4 weeks. I am scared. Me too. The rest of the year, protecting him and keeping him healthy. Yeah, I think you're talking about Joe. Dustin, especially last 2 weeks, he's gotten freaking. Yeah, I see it said Joe there. He's gotten freaking drilled, man. And I know our guard play is not good at all. But when you have Orlando Brown in there, it seems like the guard play plays better. It just seems to me that Joe doesn't get hit. It's not as bad as it's been the last couple weeks with Orlando Brown out. Orlando Brown's not there. That's a big loss on this offensive line. So hopefully with the bye week, no, he's not. All right, see, I don't like this. No, Joe's not going to ask for a trade. I don't see that happening. Sorry, Foxy. No, I don't think that's going to happen. What? Maybe JVD Vance can invite us to the White House. See, that's right now. That's the only way we're going to get there this year, I think. Oh my goodness! But yeah, it's just frustrating to watch this team. I mean, because I'll go back to Geno Stone. I thought he would be able to cover. He can't even cover right now. He can't do anything. It's like, why is he out there? You know, like last year, Nick Scott wasn't out there, or was out there, and they finally benched him for Battle. Bench Scott for Battle again, or something. You know, I mean, they benched Cam Taylor-Britt. Why are they still playing Stone? I mean, and Rankins was sick, so I mean, he was a non-factor yesterday, but he hasn't done much. And if you guys watch me every day, I was not happy we let DJ Reader go. I wanted to sign him. I would have rather kept Reader than Rankins. Let's see here. Nobody two slumps. What's up? Joe isn't going to ask for a trade, and Chase isn't going to leave. Joe, y'all really need to stop putting negative BS into the airwaves. We're having a down year, plain and simple. Yeah, we're having a down year, and now, I'm glad. Now, you need to comment on here more often because it's 1 year. I mean, look, last year we blame it on Joe got hurt, and we still damn near made the playoffs. It is a down year. They are not playing good. You get Jamar signed. You fix the safety room again. You go draft a couple guards. And I think we'd be a lot better than we are now if the safety room is fixed. That's a huge thing. And get in our cornerback. We got to get in our cornerback. So, I mean, they've got to draft and develop what they did last year for the draft. They need to duplicate that. What they did 2 years ago in the free agency and 4 years ago when they got DJ Turner, they got Trey Hendrickson, they got Chidobe Awuzie, they got Mike Hilton. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of free agency guys that they hit on. They need to get back to that. And they're not going to hit. You're not going to hit what the Bengals did those first 3 years where they hit on damn near everybody in free agency. It's very hard to do. Most teams cannot do that. And you cannot rely on free agency. You have to be able to hit in the draft. That's where the Bengals have to. And they got to keep. And the thing is, I used to defend the Bengals saying that, they keep their guys, which they do, except they're might be keeping the wrong ones, Like Joe Farsing is, said on here a ton of times, they shouldn't have signed Pratt. I mean, I was happy they re-signed Pratt, but I wasn't like, oh my God, we got to re-sign Pratt, because I always thought Akeem Davis-Gaither would step in and be okay as your linebacker. I was happy they signed him. I would have rather them take that money and sign Jesse Bates. But I had come to it that they weren't going to sign Jesse Bates. Jesse Bates was going to move on. And that's where I'm at with T. Higgins. And you can see this offense. This offense can make it without T. I mean, I love T. I want them to sign him. They're not going to. But they can make it without T. Take that money that you could have used to sign T. Sign Jamar. And draft on the defensive side of the ball and guards. It's got to be defensive line. You got to get a pass rusher. You got to get at least one corner. You got to go get 2 safeties. Let's see. 2 guards, corner, at least one corner, and 2 safeties. And a pass rusher. You got to figure out how to get that next year. You got to give Trey, and you're going to have to extend Trey Hendrickson. Extend him. If they're not going to, that's crazy. Extend Trey. Sign Jamar. Get a pass rusher. Fix the safety room. One cornerback at least. And, probably another running back. It's at least 4 or 5 guys. They can do this. Can be done in an off season between the draft and free agency. You just got to be smart about it. And that's the thing where Bengals fans get it. You think of it however you want, but do the Bengals spend? I would like the Bengals to spend more money. Yes. Do I believe they don't spend any money? No, they do spend money. They just haven't spent it in the right areas or on the right people. These last couple of years, they missed on Nick Scott. They missed on Geno Stone. They missed on Sheldon Rankins. They missed. These guys are worse than. I mean, I think Stone might be worse than Nick Scott was, which is pretty bad, you know? Yeah, now we need defense, yes. We need a defense. But you also need to help that offensive line. We can't have Joe Burrow get his ass kicked every single week. You got, and when I say help the offensive line, depth. And I kind of talk about that as training camp was starting. I would like them to add more depth to the offensive line, to the defensive line. Add some more people because somebody's going to get hurt, and they didn't. Now, you can take Lee, the rookie, and you can put him at center and maybe move Karras to guard. Some people like that, some people don't. It's an option. I don't know enough to tell you if that's a good move or not. I don't know if Ted Karras would play guard better than Kappa. I don't know if Lee would play center better than Karras. I don't know. It's something that you could find out. Get Lee some snaps at center, see what he's doing, see what he does in a real NFL game. Because we're not, unless we win the rest of the games, which I highly doubt we will, because we're 1-6 in 1-score games. You need to find out what you got. You need to find out what you got from Lee. You need to find out what you got from Jordan Battle. You got to find out what you got from Tyson Anderson. You got to find out. And this is the time to find out. Not in training camp, not in the offseason. Find out now. Let's see here. You guys blowing it up again. Let me see here. What do we got? Chain guy. What's up, Foxy? Where you been at? Top 6-tier draft picks used taking 1 and 3 first and third rounds in the last few years. We just don't play them. They haven't been good enough for us to play them. It's the problem. They haven't been good enough for because we've missed on them. That's one of the things. Chris here. Will they let Trey Walker sign him for 1 year? Trey won't sign for 1 year. Trey wants more money. Trey wants an extended. So Trey won't sign for a 1-year contract. I'll tell you that right now because, they signed him. I think it was the beginning of last year, and then he wanted. Or that beginning of this year. I get confused. And he wanted to renegotiate, and they just renegotiated. So, let's see here. Chris, the loyalty toward players is not there. To players who cost them more money, it's not there. Yeah. Jesse Bates is the guy they should have kept. I mean, look, I love football, but I don't know coaching and what a player means to a team. And none of us do. None of us knew how much losing Jesse Bates would hurt this defense. None of us knew that. If we did, we all would have been banging the drum a lot louder to sign Jesse Bates. I mean, we knew he was good, but this defense has crumbled the last 2 years without him there. And he's the biggest. I mean, your cornerbacks the last 2 years, Awuzie and Eli Apple, they're okay. Your safeties were great. You lost both of them. Bell is he's a shell of the player he was. Jesse Bates is still playing good. Losing Jesse Bates was the bit right now, and I hate hindsight 2020. I hate that, but I'm going to do it. That's the biggest mistake the Bengals have made since they let Andrew Whitworth go. And I always won that. I knew let Whitworth go wasn't good because the thing you saw Oboye play, Oboye wasn't that good. I mean, they put him out there. He sucked. So I'm like, that's who they were going to replace him with. I'm like, why are you doing that? Now, Jesse Bates, we drafted Dax Hill. So I'm like, all right, well, Dax can come in and we'll hopefully have Bell. We didn't have Bell. That's what hurt. Well, that hurt big time. I was hoping Dax would be able to not be, I think he'd be as good as Jesse Bates, but be okay. I didn't think losing Jesse Bates was going to be that big of a deal. Because the Bengals typically don't pay safeties. That was the conversation we had. The Bengals don't pay safeties. And they should have. And again, I'm going against my own thing that I hate the Monday morning quarterback. We should have done that. But if I had known how much Jesse Bates meant to this defense, I mean, Lou Anarumo said it in going to the combine, not last year, year before that. He said it'll be a dark day if I have to replace both Bell and Bates. And he was right. And he hasn't, I mean, now Bell's back, but Bell's not the same. He hasn't been able to replace him. We've signed 2 free agents, and neither one of them had worked out. I mean, Stone's probably going to get cut, I think. Let's see here. Nobody slurp 2 slurps. I like that. Or naughty 2 slurps. That's what I'm saying. I say naughty 2 slurps. And we have great cap space going into this offseason. We do. We have the money. And so it's not, that's where people say, oh, our Super Bowl window is over. It's not over. This is a bad year. This year sucks. They got to make some big changes. They got to get a lot of shit right. They can't do what they've done the last 2 years. But it can be fixed in one offseason. It's a lot, but they can do it. I mean, all right, let's go back to the 2020 season. I think we signed DJ Reader. We signed Chidobe Awuzie. Mike Hilton, I think. And then the next year we signed Trey Hendrickson. And a couple other guys. I mean, those 2 years of free agency were great. Now, we drafted Burrow and Chase and T. Higgins. We had a higher draft pick. Hey, we're going to have a high draft pick this year. So we could get an impact player. They just got to get back to that. Whatever they did then worked. Whatever they're doing now isn't. So you got to look at, and I'm not one. I look at it of what's probably going to happen. Zach Taylor is not going to get fired. Lou Anarumo might not get fired. There's a better chance that Lou gets fired than Zach. Frank Pollock might get fired. But that might be about it. Is that enough to change things around? Now, I know people are like, oh, we need to fire Zach and bring Bill Belichick in. There's no way. I mean, let's just come to reality here, okay? Because Austin Elmore, I love you. I know you tweeted that out last night. Come to reality here. Do you really think Bill Belichick is going to come to the Bengals because he wants to draft the players? So let's get into reality here. Reality is Zach is probably still going to be the coach. Lou may or may not be the defense coordinator. Frank Pollock may or may not be the offensive line coach. Those two might change. I don't know. Zach's not going anywhere. Duke Tobin isn't going anywhere. I mean, I think he should. I think the bigger blame, I think, falls on Duke Tobin because he's in charge of setting the roster up and the drafting and the developing of it. He's in charge of all this stuff. Even though Mike Brown's the GM, we know Duke Tobin, is the one pulling most of the strings. I really don't think Mike is pulling the strings. Honestly, I think from what I have been able to find out from different people I've talked to, last time Mike Brown really stepped in and said to draft somebody was Jackson Carman. And look what happened there. Now, is the owner? He still can do it. I don't know. So the reality of the situation is you got to work within the confines of what's going to happen or what is most likely going to happen. And the thing is, this coaching staff, whether you guys want to believe it or not, or give them credit or not, took this team to a Super Bowl and took this team to back-to-back AFC Championship games. They're not playing good right now. They're not coaching good right now. There's got to be some kind of changes. There's not going to be sweeping changes like we all want. They're going to change something, I think. I don't think it's going to happen till the offseason. Now, I didn't think the Reds would fire David Bell, and they did. So take this for what it's worth. I don't think they're going to fire the head coach. I don't think they're going to fire Duke Tobin. But, Lou, I love you. There's a chance you could, and there's a chance Frank Pollock could. And the thing is, let's go back to Frank Pollock. I know Joe Farsing has brought this up, they should have never signed Kappa, which is, I'm sorry, Joe, is a stupid statement. Kappa was one of the best guards in the free agency of that year. Lots of other teams would have signed him. Now, he's gone downhill. He's gotten older. He hasn't played as good as we thought he would. Cordell Volson is coming from Division II. I think he is as good as he's going to get. I do think you should bring people in to bring in competition. Competition is not bad because let's just say the guy comes in and he does or doesn't beat Cordell Volson. Well, guess what? If he does beat Cordell Volson, they have Cordell Volson as your backup, who's a better backup than what we have now. So either way, it's a win-win. Go get somebody to improve the team. That's what I'm saying. It's not only the starters in certain areas, it's the depth. I mean, beginning of that game last night, we got blown off the ball on both sides of the ball. Offensive line and defensive line sucked at the beginning of that game. Offensive line really didn't play that great throughout. Now, I think Chase Brown had 80-something yards, so we were running the ball. And I had people come out, Zach throws it too much. And, yeah, I agree. He throws it too much. But that's what we do. The Rams throw the ball a ton. That's the offense Zach has. I mean, that's what the Bengals signed up for when they made Zach Taylor your head coach, is they're going to throw the ball a lot. Now, what they have to do is figure out how to protect Joe. And this goes back to what I said at the beginning of the show and back in training camp. You didn't do enough in the offensive line as far as depth goes because he got Cody Ford, who I think Cody Ford is okay. I think Cody Ford is a better guard than he is a tackle. But I don't trust anybody else on there, to be honest, to come in. They need more, not only probably better guard play, but better depth on both sides of the ball. Let's see, Tony Blazin. Let Bill Belichick do. I would love that. I don't see Bill Belichick and Mike Brown getting along. I love you, Tony. I think that would be fine. I just don't think that. Now, my man, Ace Boogie video, he was at the game last night. And how the hell he gets tickets to all these things, I don't know. I need to figure out his ticket. Him and Bengal Jim and Tony Tiger, I got to figure out their ticket hookup because they always go to these games. But go check out Zim's Twitter feed. He zoomed in on Mike Brown and Elizabeth. Mike Brown just sitting there with his hat on, staring at the game. Elizabeth is now looking at the game, turns around and looks pissed. And I like that. I like that she looks pissed. Mike Brown just looks like sitting there like a bump on a log like he always does. I want an owner in there, somebody in that booth who looks mad. Elizabeth looked mad. We need that. I mean, Elizabeth has already got Mike Brown to change a lot of stuff. Elizabeth, I'm begging you, get your grandfather to change more stuff the way they do things. Because it's not working. You changed a little bit. You changed a lot. You need to change some more. We need to evolve more. We have jackpot Joey Burrow. In my opinion, the best quarterback in football, and we're wasting his best year. And like I think it was Dustin said, if we don't watch it and he keeps getting hit like he is this year, he might not make it through the season again, and we don't want that. Let's see here. Brad, you are correct, but Duke's mindset is the Bengals already have the best players, so I don't think they're going to have a real competition for players. So that's what I'm saying right there, Brad. Duke needs to change his mindset. They need to change the mindset of this organization because what they're doing is not working. And if you can't see that, then you're just freaking stubborn. And that's where I think Elizabeth can go and go, hello, hey, guys, hey, hi, how you doing? Elizabeth here, how you doing? You know, I might be new here or something, but what you guys are doing isn't working. You know, if you guys think you guys got the best players, well, you know what? Bring somebody in who's just as good and bring up competition. That's how guys get better. They compete against each other. That's what happens. Somebody's got to wake these guys up and saying, it ain't working. Defense always wins championships. Yeah, yes and no. I mean, the way the offense goes right now and the way they let stuff go. Can I ask you guys a question? And I know we don't get any calls. But this was blatantly ridiculous. Sherbert is standing in the pocket last night. Backs up, still in the pocket. Throws the ball to absolutely nobody. Nobody within 10 feet of him. No flag. Very next play. I think it's DJ Turner. I think it's him. They're throwing the ball in the back of the end zone corner. The guy steps out of bounds, and they call pass interference on our guy. 2 plays back to back. One, Sherbert throws the ball to nobody inside the pocket. No intentional grounding. Then the guy steps out of bounds. And yeah, he might have shoved, but he was already out of bounds. And the ball wasn't catchable. He threw the ball out of bounds. It wasn't a catchable ball. There's no reason to throw a flag there. It drives me nuts that we cannot get any kind of calls at all. I mean, yeah, Joe finally got a late hit call. Finally, they called one. I mean, but Joe damn near's got to get his head knocked off for it to happen. All right. Fire Zach and bring in Joe Brady. So, how about this? How about you bring in Joe Brady for the offense coordinator? But actually, we don't need that. So, what has Joe Brady done? Yeah, he's a good offense coordinator, but what has he done to make you think he'd be a good head coach? I'm just curious. That would not be the guy. I would not fire Zach for Joe Brady. No. Sorry, Jocko. That's a very, very weird, very weird statement. I mean, to me, if you fire Zach, which again I'm not calling for his job, but if you fire him, you need to get a veteran coach in here, like a Bill Belichick. He's not gonna come here, but that's to me what you need. You don't go fire Zach, who you hired Zach. This is his first head coaching job, and go hire somebody who has gotten fired out of the last 2 offensive coordinator jobs he's been in until he got to Buffalo, and now it's working out good. So that, I don't know. Well, no, why would he leave? Of course not. And I don't care if he leaves Buffalo. He can stay in Buffalo. We don't need Joe Brady. Chop, would you fire Zach and hire Joe Brady? To me if you're doing that, you're hiring a younger version of Zach Taylor. It's the same thing. I just don't. I don't get that. That one doesn't make any sense. Sorry. Let's see here. Sorry for my nose. I have had sinuses all freaking week. I don't think Mike Brown has ever cried after a Bengals loss. I'll put it this way. I know I have. I have. I don't know if he has. when we lost the playoff game to the Steelers in 05, when they injured our quarterback, I thought that would light a fire under the organization to win a Super Bowl. I was wrong. And that's what's... But, hold on. No, I agree with you. Chop, I completely agree with you. Zach ain't the issue. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that one. And Hunter says, Brady is definitely more proven. As an offensive coordinator, yeah. But as a head coach now, no. Because he hadn't head coached. But yeah, I'm going back to, Chop, I totally agree. Zach isn't the issue. To me, the issue is, the bigger issue to me is Duke Tobin and the way this roster has been set up, or lack thereof. We've missed on drafts. We've missed on free agents. The last 2 years have killed us. I mean, losing DJ Reader, losing Jesse Bates, and having nobody to replace them have killed us. They have. That has really hurt this team. Another thing for secondary, another thing that quarterbacks will hurt this team is Dax Hill getting hurt. Dax Hill was our best cover corner. Now, if he would have kept doing that all year long, I don't know. But I know statistically, when he was out there, he was our best cover corner. By far. Losing him hurt. And again, Cam Taylor-Britt has just went backwards. And I love the dude, and I'm hoping he gets it together. Chop. Let's see here. Brown and Blackburns are the problem. Welcome to Cincinnati. Okay, that's just a depressing statement. Yeah. But I mean, see, okay. This is why I have a problem with this, because 2 years ago it all worked. And that's where I'm not saying they're helping, but you make that statement and it's just like, well, fuck, we can't do anything about it. No, Browns and Blackburns are here. You know what? Might as well not be Bengals fans. We can't do anything about it. They own the team. I mean, that's the grumpy Bengal fan that I can't stand, Pork Chop, and I love you. And I know that's not you. But when you make statements like that, it's just kind of like, well, shit, we're not going to be able to do anything about it because the guy who owns the team sucks, and his sister or his daughter is terrible, and his granddaughters are terrible, and no. Because Elizabeth's a Blackburn too. I mean, we all love her. So I refuse to believe that. I can't believe that, because if you actually believe that they are the problem and they're never going to change, then we're never going to win anything. And that's depressing. And I can't think like that. I can't think like that. You've got to, I go back and for the longest time in the 90s, I thought that. I was like, dude, we're never going to win. And then he changed. And he got Marvin. And then he changed and he got Zach. They need to keep changing. You need to keep evolving. They evolve slow. Elizabeth, and that's what I said, with that video that Ace put out there where Elizabeth looked pissed, gives me hope. She's already changed the mindset a little bit. Elizabeth needs to do it again. And I think she can. She's our only hope. It's like Star Wars. Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. Elizabeth, you're our only hope. Caroline, you're our only hope. We need you to get into these guys' head and change some stuff, because it's not that hard. Go look at what we've done the last 2 years. It didn't work. It hasn't worked. So change something. They have to. Or we're just doomed, as Pork Chop says. Well, then, damn it, then why the hell is anybody watching me if it's the truth? Why is anybody watching Bengals and Brews or us or me if it's the truth? And we have absolutely no shot of ever winning anything. Damn it, Chop. You were making good comments, and then you go make something like that. Jeez, all. Let's see here. What? And then he went back, Ice. Who? Brown? Went back? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I'm not saying Mike cares. I'm saying Elizabeth cares, and that's where the changes happened. That's what I'm saying. Hey, if you guys don't think this is ever going to change, then we're all screwed. That's all I got to say. if we don't ever think this is going to change, we never have any chance at all. We are gluttons for punishment. So, anyway, this has been a good. Now I'm depressed. You guys just depressed me. Like Jay's all. Like, I have a good discussion, and I was like, oh. Damn it, Chop. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, I've been live streaming on ZTV, Facebook, X, Threads. You can follow me on all those along with Instagram. That's it, X. Not Threads. Twitch. Sorry, X and Twitch. You can follow me on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. And to be fair, check out my awesome sponsors for the show. They are Priority Lawn and Landscaping. I know you're not going to need a lot of grass cutting right now, but the leaves are falling. You can get some leaf removal, and whenever it snows, please call Priority Lawn and Landscaping for your snow removal. And hey, just get them set up for next year if you want some landscaping done, some lawn care. Check them out. Also, check out the best wings around. That's right, it's Midwest's best barbecue and creamery right out there on Horse Corner Avenue. Tell Tim Nicole Ice sent you. Get you some Dillinator wings, some CTB wings, some Uno wings. They're all delicious. Also, show's brought to you by Meyer Windows and Doors. Check them out at www.meyercincinnati.com for all your window and door needs. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. And my Westside peeps, go check out Hail Mary's, your ticket to the game. They got big-ass TV screen, beer specials, food trucks. It's an awesome, awesome place. Again, tell them I sent you. Hail Mary's, your ticket to the game. Also, on Friday, I will be live at Millions Cafe doing our podcast from 6 to 7:30. Last week, I had Harrison with me. I'm not sure he's going to be with me this week. Hopefully, Harrison will join me again. I got to find out. We had a drunk guy that passed out in front of the building. The week before that, we had a heckler. So you never know what's going to happen. So join us. It's an interactive show. I'll even give you the mic and we can discuss stuff, whatever you want to talk about. Bengals, Reds, Bearcats, life in general. Check us out at Millions Sports Cafe. And tomorrow night, I'll be live down at the Moorline Lager House from 6 to 8. Happy hour starts at 3, goes till 9. That means $5 draft, house wines, well drinks, and $2 off appetizers. I don't have a guest. I think it's just going to be the four of us, along as, well, Neil won't be there. Neil will be covering the Bearcats, but me and Joe, and I think Harrison, and maybe I'll try to reach out and get somebody to show up. But you guys come on down, enjoy some delicious Moorline Lager beer, and it's also Prime Rib Tuesday. So get you some delicious prime rib for $29.95. And the next Bengals home game, come see us at Mercedes-Benz of Fort Mitchell at Moorline Lager House, the pregame experience. It is an awesome, awesome time. Open bar, open food buffet, $75. Best deal on the banks. Go to the Moorline Lager House social media platforms. Check out mine. You can get all your ticket information there. We have a DJ. I'll be doing the pregame stuff. It's an absolute blast. So, season didn't go the way we wanted to. Bearcats are playing tomorrow night. Hey, you never know. We did have a run for the national championship for the NCAA tournament. Anyway, other than that, love you guys. Love all the conversation. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's good delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric.